side. It's Crims and it's Olaf, and teams fear that pair. They are so good at shutting out that portion of the map, not allowing their opponents to get any control or even just get onto the site. So if this goes poorly in the first half, they're going to have so much work to do, Luminosity, to be able to contend with that pair.
And what's even worse is JW on top of that seems to be back to his old form again on this map, where he's so aggressive through the smoke with the AWP and everything else.
Oh,
it's
wow.
Very hard to deal with.
Okay, that's sick.
Ooh.
Factory new.
Factory new, of course.
But is it stat track? Countdown has begun. We're going to be getting into the pistol round any second now, guys. So this is it. Time to make some noise. Time to get hype. We're going into potentially the last map of this grand finals. Luminosity will be starting on the CT side versus Fnatic on the T side. And, well, give them your energy. Luminosity, they need it right now.
This is the map where your stars need to show up if you're Luminosity. You need Cold, you need Fur, you need one of those guys to go off. Fallen's always pretty consistent in his level, but on Overpass you had FNX and Taco coming out of nowhere to be monsters. This is where you need Cold to step up, and he's trying to get into the action right off the bat. Storming down mid, he's gonna find that kill onto Flusha. Huge control now, and FNX chimes in.
What a difference! Luminosity making their mark on this first round already. The rest of Fnatic trying to scramble out of apartments. I'm not sure to push the bomb side just to get away from the madness that FNX is pouring onto them here. Dennis going to get one frag in return, but they're running into the meat grinder, and Crims alone in the pit. And there's only one way out of this, and it's death to Crims. It's Taco to get the kill, and Luminosity with a 1-0 lead here on Inferno.
That's what we're talking about. That's what Luminosity need to do. Get in Fnatic's face, take control of the map right off the bat, and what beautiful play again from FNX. You give this guy a USP. Between him and Cold in that push in mid, they just completely annihilated half of Fnatic. But FNX, he keeps delivering in these pistols.
Even if I had a lot of loyalty on a team like this, if my in-game leader called, let's rush middle in the pistol on the third map, yeah, I'd be like, are you sure about this?
Have you completely thought this through? Well, still, Fur continues it. Flusha gets picked off in Banana. But the cool thing about that kind of a tactic, especially that it works out for Luminosity on the pistol round, it sets the tone not only for Fnatic, but for your team. Now you know, okay, we're going to do whatever it takes. No fear into this half. And another missed smoke for Fnatic. We saw a couple on Overpass.
Yeah, it has to be about Luminosity playing their game and at their pace and not letting Fnatic dictate exactly how they want to play, because once that happens, there isn't a team in the world that can stop them. Well, Cold Zero taking a fight here. Olaf going to be going down, and actually FNX in a little bit of trouble, but Taco there, and that's some good teamwork. Taco with the backup, and it's going to be Dennis all alone. It's a good shot on Taco. The bomb is up there as well. And obviously Fnatic not going to be able to make it out of this round, but they did get 2 kills.
Yeah, not too bad. And actually that play from Taco, you could see the amount of pressure that was being put on Rap side. So very, very timely peek from Taco to make sure he prevents that from doing any more damage. Now, I mean, at least now they have a little bit, the pressure, subsides a little bit. No armor on the board for Fnatic. They do upgrade a couple pistols, but for the most part, this should just be an easy sweep aside. Fallen's got the SMG, and as the Opera on the CT side, you think he's probably going to try and go farm a couple kills, get some of that bonus money built up.
And he already has, I mean, he picked up 1 kill in the last round, so that's a bonus $600 in his pocket right now. Counts for 2 that you usually get with the rifle, say, or all the pistols except for the CZ. So Cold is going to start things off, picks off Flusha at range. That's actually right at the bottom of Banana as well. So they really are putting some pressure here at Luminosity. Not going for the straight charge that we have seen some teams try and use in the past that puts maximum amount of pressure on their opponents. You know, we know you have pistols. We're not afraid of you. We're just going to come and stomp you into the ground. You know, Cold hitting headshots like that is all right as well. Cold is just merciless right now. 3 kills for him. Fur finally gets in on the action.
That's good. Let him get some easy kills, build up a little bit of confidence under the gun round.
Another reason why it matters to Luminosity aren't losing too many members here is that it will allow them to get into that really sharp position where you suddenly have Smoke and Molotov on the CT side. They even have the AWP here. So 4th round coming up. It's going to be a struggle for Fnatic. They need to find a really good entry.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of utility to use for themselves. Each of them only stuck on 2 grenades. So Smokes across the board. Some have flash, some have HE, but going against this AWP, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for Fallen to find an advantage. And actually, right off the bat, Luminosity just sends 1 member. That is Fallen with the AWP. There's a deep Banana smoke, so Fallen can be perched up at the car. 4 members in the defense cheating over towards the A bomb site.
Just waiting to see if Fnatic perhaps want to go for their standard, basically their signature move. If a smoke goes down at top mid, you flash 4 players through and just bum rush up mid, get that mid control, and look for the headshots. Now it's just JW taking point, but there's the barrel of the rifle, and Fer's gonna peek out, and he peeks right into the trap. Dennis was waiting, ready for somebody to try and get the punish there on JW. That was so well done, but the return is there. Cold annihilates JW.
That was so excellently baited out from the Fnatic side, but now they line up for Taco. He's going to get the one. He almost transfers onto Flusher, but he's not quite going to have the Molotov. They're standing on it. They're taking so much damage. And it's still a 3-on-3 here, but heavily favoring Luminosity, considering how much health there is on Fnatic here. Cold jumping up to look up into apartments. If Dennis dies, then the other 2 pushing in from quad, it's going to be completely useless. That just won't work. And they also can't easily wrap back to Banana because Fallen is there. There's now 37 seconds left here, and Fnatic just hoping, they're waiting for LG to make a mistake. This is smart play.
As far as the setup is concerned, I mean, yeah, they are just so very low. They do have a couple of nades to work with, but really not a whole lot. Deep smoke goes in. Try and create some space to work with here for Flusha. And there's the first shot. Crims catches Fallen looking.
They can't run back to B, though. There's only 14 seconds that they have to commit to it. Flusher wrapping in from one side here. Cold, he has to get the quick kill there, but he's not going to get it. Now down to 7 seconds, 6 seconds. FNX in the pit. He's going to get the 1 kill in that bomb. It can't be planted in time. FNX has to stay alive. Oh, he gets the triple FNX! Oh my God, what a way to win that round. In the pit. They couldn't plant the bomb in time. They had to go for that kill. If he hadn't challenged that last fight, he would have still won it. So what a big risk to take.
But that's the kind of big play that's just going to shatter Fnatic. They know they could have won that. They just needed to hit the shot, and it didn't happen. So Luminosity, they survive until the next round here. 4-0 the score for them. And they go up against Pistols here for Fnatic. Should be another feel-good moment here for Luminosity where they can really get in and do some damage. And there's Fer peeking out, wrecking Dennis. And now, well, it comes down to the 4 remaining members here for Fnatic to make something happen for themselves.
Fnatic played that round so perfectly until the clock ran down that low. They let Fallen just flank all the way around, and they walked right into their crosshairs. Just not enough time. They were playing with the clock. It does beat them out, so now all that's left here in this round, Fallen's going to get that kill. Range with the AWP. Nearly gets a second one, but it's Cole who's just going to swing out. Not afraid, pushing through the fire.
Okay, then. Okay, then.
He's hungry.
That's just a little bit, you know, the BDP there.
He's angry is what he is.
Yeah, he is.
Now, here comes a change from the Fnatic side. We've got JW with the AWP. We've got Olofmeister with 1 as well. Double up on T side. Moses, what are they reaching for Fnatic here?
I have no idea. This is just Olaf saying, you know, I can use this weapon. Maybe trying to just get up in the choke points because they've been able to do it with AK-47s. Maybe they believe the AWP can find them a pick instead of having to overextend too much. But this is going to slow things down a lot. This is a lot of money to be invested into 2 ops, so they have to give them time to work. Yeah,
JW, I mean, with the smoke down at top mid, Flush is going to get into a position to kind of cover or perhaps bait out for him. Try and see if there is going to be that peak, because Luminosity are pretty consistently going for the peak into mid, but they won't be doing that for another 30 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds. Not really needing to get that information just yet. Just some shots going through, and Flusha hoping to get lucky with an HE. It isn't pretty, though, right now. Fnatic, if they count too much on these AWPs, they might just run out of time.
Oh, good damage being dished out through the smoke there. Flusha a little bit low. Olaf is trying to see if he could put some pressure on the B bomb side. Colsira's there alone, so this is a 4-1 stack right now for LG. See if they can make that work. FNX, there's Molotov in the middle here, going to follow up on it. And actually now, that's going to burn a lot of time off the clock for Fnatic. Time that they might not necessarily have if they want to make this push work. Taco up on the tiny balcony as Fer is actually stuck in this corner. If they Molotov him out, that's going to be horrendous, but instead he gets flashed in to take the fight. Dennis going to win instead, and JW missing a shot there. And that was a bit unusual, but still looking good for Fnatic. They're making their way around the corner here, but that shot from Fallen might just put an end to it. Crim's going to take him down. There's still FNX in the site. 20 seconds as they're wrapping back around. That means they're going to be in B just at the end of the time here. Cole, though, he's left the bomb site. LG have been utterly fooled. What a mind game from the Swedes.
Yeah, that is incredible. Once again, using all the time in this round. And all the pressure they put onto the A bomb site pulls Cold away just at the right moment. And it's Olaf who's been over at this B site the entire round, like you said, putting some pressure on there. And he's the one who calls it out. Eventually he says, all right, I'm going to make my play. I'm either going to find a one-on-one or an open bomb site. And now they have these AWPs at range, both of them, JW and Olaf, with no utility to block them off, and that's what happens. Yeah, 2 quick kills.
What a beautiful round from Fnatic. That's very, very smart play. And you see the bomb went down just as the clock ticked to 6 seconds. That means if they're somehow wrong, if Olaf hasn't full control of the bomb site, if Cold is still there, any time delay and that round is gone. All Cold would have to do is to stop the bomb from being planted for 2 seconds and the round would be over. And yeah, such a huge gamble, but also very well calculated.
Such a big gamble considering the round or two before that, they had let the clock run out, doing the same kind of thing. A long, slow-played round, and they couldn't get the plant down in time.
This is where Luminosity decided to change up how they want to hold things. Now they have a presence in apartments. Now it's going to get very interesting here for Fnatic. And Fnatic, I mean, at least Crim's taking his time. Great wallbang going straight in onto FNX, and that's actually going to force him to fall back. And Crims is going to be communicating that to his teammates, saying, well, it worked, boys. We got them out of there. Only problem is Olafmeister's already gotten picked off on B site.
That's a big find for Fallen. That's really important now. Molotov going to go up on the other side here. Fallen hasn't actually left the top banana area, and JW's on the other side. If he wins this second fight, I'm expecting maybe there's going to be a pop flash in, and Fallen, he won't be able to see it because of the scope here, so that's going to be a really big problem. Flushes on the other side. They're setting up for a smoke as well. There's going to be a full-on execute, and there's it is. JW going to be going down. What a great off angle for Fallen to take now. It's a 5 versus 3, and they're falling back again. He gets a 3rd kill, looks for the 4th, but can't get it. Dennis will get the refrag. Now it's a 2-on-4 here, and if they get this round, Luminosity, they're going to economically reset Fnatic, and that will be very tough for the Swedes to get back into the game here. Dennis and Crims, they got AKs. They got another smoke to put up here, and this grenade, well, it's going to go far, but I don't think it'll do too much damage here. Now, all of Luminosity are outside the bomb site. They're looking to get back into it, and there is so much time still left on this bomb. They're going to have to defend for a very long time. Dennis scoping up at new boxes here. One Molotov goes up. They're trying to line it up from here. He get a kill each. Now it's a 2-on-2. 1-on-2. Cold. He gets legged, and now it's a 1-on-1. That bomb ticking in front of him. One missed shot here for Dennis, and it could be all over. He's trying to frank around. He misses it. And Troll's going to get that shot. He gets the double kill. And Luminosity with the kit, are they going to have the time? It seems they will win the round. That's so close. 6-1.
So dangerous, though. You can see 2-on-4.
Ridiculous.
Luminosity plays that so well, just waiting that smoke out. I mean, it is that extra time on the bomb. They had so much to work with. 4-on-2 situation. Fallen is the real man of that round. With those 3 kills, 2 kills even towards Banana.
2 kills in Banana to start things off, and then even going so far as to pick up another one as they push onto the site. And you're right, this does reset the economy now for Fnatic, where it just gets really nasty for them. They're kind of split up. They're all kind of floating around the 2.5, 3K mark. So it'll be just this round of eco. Perhaps a plant, if they can manage it, they are going to be getting ready to swarm towards that B side, or to the A side rather. And they can set up the wrap. Flush has got a little Kevlar as well, just to be able to soak some shots. And he isn't the one taking the setup. Instead, he's going to be putting down that smoke. Not a perfect one. And FNX is there. Big double spray for him. And he nearly gets a triple as well. Taco's there to watch the back line. Taco with 2. FNX with 3. And just like that, Luminosity, they weather the storm.
If you've got, if you've got a little Brazilian flag at home, are you going to start waving it now, Moses? Is it time to celebrate yet?
No, not at all. Never is. I mean, you saw on an overpass.
It never is.
It never is. And listen, well, this is the point now where Luminosity, and you talk to this is kind of where their leadership has played such a big impact on their growth as a team. Winning a map is not good enough. They're here for the championship.
Fnatic, they're back with a bit of equipment here. 4 AKs, 1 Tech 9, very limited utility. These smokes are going to have to be dead on because they won't be able to re-smoke it up, and if it ever comes to an afterplant, well then, they're going to be all out of it. Taco here, playing a bit of an aggressive angle, but just going to slow down Fnatic a tiny bit. They still have apartments control and a little bit of control on Banana. At middle, it seems, is where Luminosity wants to sort of draw the line and say you're not going to get past here without a fight.
They've been winning this fight frequently as well. Even when maybe they don't control this zone, they fall back passively and Fnatic gets timed out.
Such a sick flash as well, but Furry's still going to be able to get one through the smoke. JW turns it around. Cold with the spray will catch him out. It's just trading frags back and forth right now. And Fnatic, they have to wait for the rotation to come in here from Flusha to be able to start applying the pressure. Olofmeister and Crims, they see where the bomb is. It's out and short, but that's kind of no man's land, especially with FNX still alive, watching that angle and the crossfire established. They just barely dart forward to be able to pick up that bomb, and now it's all on Cold to hold the line. He spots the first man through. Olofmeister's there with the angle, and Crims is going to rip his head off. Crims not able to get out in one piece, though. Taco is there, but the flank comes in from Flusha, and this is just all over the place. All out aggression from Fnatic.
Oh, and Flusha almost misplaying that a bit. The flash also fails. That's a bit unusual. Taco with a great double kill. And it's so critical that Taco refrags that first shot at Archway. If he doesn't, that bomb site could very likely fall. Huge double kill for him there.
You can see also, I mean, this is a complete swap of cash to this map now. This mid control from Luminosity is being so effective. And what's been so popular run by Fnatic, you know, for the last month or so is they want to go towards wrap side. They want to manipulate you having to figure out if they're going to be splitting the B bomb site or wrapping around A. They haven't been able to do that whatsoever because of the presence of Luminosity. And now more aggression, not letting the pressure up. FNX gets that opening kill, and then here's a double play in Halls. LG just closing the entire map down.
Yeah, I'm following with the big play as well. Thought that that HE would actually kill somebody off, but no. It's all right. They live. They survive. And I mean, this is overpass all over again, though. So this is all going to come down to a Luminosity now.
Don't say that, Samla.
It is a similar feel, right? Overpass, they just went in there, no fear,
Why would you bring that up?
Fnatic, they get 3 rounds at the end of it. I'm just saying. Fnatic, I mean, this JW said it himself, right? They thrive in these sorts of situations. They play their best CS when they're under pressure. And Luminosity right now are really applying it. They're back into this game in a big way after that catastrophe that happened on Cash.
Why would you bring that one up, too?
Well, I'm just painting the picture, context, right? You know, painting the picture for the viewers, letting them know that this has been a bit of a bumpy ride.
The thing is, what's so frightening is you know it can happen. Even now, we know it can happen, but it seems impossible. You think, surely they've got this 9-1. There could be no way back in, but we always know it is a chance. A little bit of grenade damage being dished out there. Not a bad idea. Some free damage being put in. Fnatic, they have lost this battle in middle quite a bit. So you got to wonder, are they going to keep trying to go for it? Or maybe is it trying to see if they can win a battle over at Banana instead?
The interesting part is actually the Luminosity defense is already passive into this round. They're playing deep into this site. They're not actually contesting, so throwing a new look at it. They want to see if Fnatic's going to take it and what they're going to do from here. And also, since Fnatic's encountered so much defense here, they're using a lot of utility to take this control.
Finally, actually, they're just going to start walking up together here. Crims holding onto that corner. Fur, he's got that flash ready to go. As soon as this push comes around the corner, he's going to just let fly. And we'll see if it catches out Crims. There's the big pook, but wow, Crims, he's so fast. He turns away just in time. Cold holding Arch is going to be able to spot 2 going past. So there's some information here for FNX to work with. And now it comes down to holding this smoke. And they're perfectly done. Drops the bomb at his feet. FNX, he's got to be worried about short, but he gets the headshot on Olaf. And now with 10 seconds left, it's a 2-on-2, and now a 2-on-1. It's all on Fallen now to get the retake going with the AWP.
And now would be the time for him to really step it up. He's got a really tough angle to approach with here. If he misses a single shot, he's definitely going to be gone. So everything is on the line. They go and double peek. And great play from Fnatic. And that's going to be the round. 3 kills for Dennis. And absolutely well played. They take the initiative. And I think that was a very, very good way of playing it.
So sick. They're just so sick. Like, how do you do that? You know, you just step out together. You can see the countdown, too. They're like, okay, 3, 2, 1, go. And they just go as a unit. Fallen has no chance.
Yeah, nothing he could do there. And finally, another round where Fnatic, that clock is running down so incredibly low. They do get control of Rap side, but they have no time to go towards the B bomb site. They had to try and go through that smoke. Luminosity just can't hold on in the end. And now they're in a position where their money is a little bit beat up despite winning, you know, a lot of rounds in a row. That was a 4-round streak, and before that it was 5. So you'd think they had some money built up, but if Fnatic's able to win this round, there's that opening to where it could be economically devastating for Luminosity.
And yeah, well, at least Fnatic now, they actually have control of apartments. I'm curious to see if they're going to try and push the issue in Banana. If Flusha wants to try and wrest control from that part of the map, Fallen is holding the angle from CT, so we'll see if he actually makes that work. But for now, again, this is actually a bit of a catch-all kind of approach here from Luminosity. They aren't really risking anything by rotating anybody over to A site just yet. They don't really have too much information to go off of either. FNX is once again in his, well, no, that's Fur. they've traded places. Fur is the one who's playing on short, and we have to see, is he going to survive? Smoke goes down again. Will Fnatic try and press this? There's the flash to open things up, and he can actually go for the peak. Waiting to see if anybody's going to push through. Shots go out as well, and 35 seconds left in this round. Fnatic still not committing.
Fnatic actually looked like he was sort of cheating over towards that B bomb side. He was already on the rotation over. They seem to have read this very well. Still 2 people on B right now, and Fnatic, they could be walking into a bit of a crossfire here. They are going to try and make their way through. Fallen gets 1 shot, but they get the refrag on Cold Zero. There's a double coming in. The bomb has dropped 20 seconds. They smoke it off so they can even cross while living, and Fallen, they're going to try and boost up on top of the smoke, but they can't see, and they can't stop the bomb plant. It's now a 3-on-3, and 1 more retake coming through from LG. Fallen not worrying about the bomb site right now. He want to make sure that his teammates don't get flanked, and Dennis goes down. It's now all on Crims, and now it's time for him to clutch it. He's going to have to do this, otherwise Fnatic, they're going to have an almost impossible time of this game. There's the first shot coming through. Still another 2 to go. He's got the health. He's looking for the AK shot. They're coming around the corner. They line up Crims. He sprays. Oh, he can't get the last shot. FNX, he's going to get it. That looked beautiful from Crims.
Way too close.
You believed. There was a moment Crims almost finds his 3 one-on-ones there. But again, those remaining 2 LG players just stormed in together, making sure that spray just could not connect on the second player. A nice round from Luminosity to recover there.
This is too stressful, boys.
Yeah.
Fallen can't handle this.
Fallen actually calls for a boost over the smoke while he's taking damage from those shots. Like, I'm just going to ignore it, and you get on top of my shoulders. Never mind that they'll get a kill over it. It's going to be hard to make that call. 10-2. And Fnatic now, they're done with saving. They know they need more than 2 rounds here, and it's not going to be off the back of Crims. He gets shot down on a nice, simple, basic pop flash coming out of Cold Zero, but it's lethal.
Oh, Taco getting perhaps a little predictable up here in apartments. Dennis with the pre-fire on that angle. Trying to see if he can't get lucky with a headshot there. They need a little bit of luck here, Fnatic, to be able to bring this back at this point. Somebody to overextend on Luminosity's side to be looking the wrong way. But Fallen, he never sleeps, he never rests, he just kills. Takes out JW. But Dennis does find Taco in the end. So back into a 4-on-1, and for he's just waiting to see. But Flusha, he's going to be setting up a bit of a surprise here.
You said it, Semler, maybe a little bit predictable, and that's exactly what happened. Fur with his back turned, so he couldn't get flash from that pop in there. Down in the pit, though, it's going to be Dennis to take him out. He falls immediately afterwards. A Flusha now in a 1-on-3. The thing is, he has got time to make this a bunch of 1v1 battles. He's going to smoke it off and then walk through the smoke. Now, if they heard that, they might be thinking he's probably going to go quad, and that's a smoke to defend himself from getting shot in the back. Instead, he's managed to make his way in with the only point on the map where there's a single person playing, and that's Fallen. If he wins this fight, then he's got the bomb down and a 1-on-2. There are a lot of things that have to work out for Flusha here, but he might just be the man to do it.
He is set up nicely, but Fallen up in connector. I mean, he is in construction now. He's got the angle, watching to CT. I'm a bit surprised, honestly, that he isn't trying to make use of the AWP from the bomb site itself, because now Flusha can actually walk his way in here. And I mean, Fallen, is he thinking so far ahead that he's just like, actually, if he sneaks past me and gets the bomb planted, then we just go for the 1v3 retake? I don't even need to face this guy, give him a chance. No, he's just gonna go ahead, casually line up the shot. Ruthless.
Double scopes as well.
Just making sure, just making sure.
All right, some teamwork there. They've got some real fans in the audience here, Luminosity. Yeah, and that was almost like the stag in the woods type moment there.
I mean, that's the thing. It's so smart from Fallen. Why risk taking that fight and potentially losing it to Flusha, and then all of a sudden you give him plenty of time and plenty of HP in a 1-on-2?
You know,
when
maybe
you can just do the smart play, letting him get in and plant.
Maybe Fallen has gone to the depths of actually sort of, you know, studying like a real sniper, and he's waiting for the exhale and then he shoots. You know, it's just all the way deep into it. Don't want any movement on that mouse. It's going to be Crims moving in with the Tech 9, but Taco is there to take care of business, and it's going to be a nice opening kill here. Fnatic throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks, and it seems like nothing will. It's going to be all about going down a flawless round. Taco with a quad kill, and that's going to be 12-2. Luminosity. This is their reply.
Yeah, and it's what a huge response after Cash. And it's down to the same tactics that Fnatic had. It's this mid-control that Fnatic has never been able to get comfortable with. Never been able to exploit that wrap side like we've seen him do. Even Dennis lurking up mid eventually gets figured out. And now all of a sudden, this is going to potentially, this could be a better half than what they had on Overpass. This is that forced by cycle that Fnatic has to be in. 12-2, great opportunity to get 13 for Luminosity. Look at the nades, the Molotovs just slow Fnatic down. You can see they wanted to pick up the pace. That fire's not going to let them do it.
Oof. And the touchdown nade on top of Flusha. Just get out. They are going to push here, however. Fnatic behind the flash. There's the peek from FNX. He's boxed in. He's caught, and Crims will never let him go. But Fur, even blinded, he gets the kill onto Crims. And it's once again now slowing down the pace just a little bit. Fnatic, though, they aren't resting. They're going to push right up Arch. Olofmeister trades 1 for 1. Fur out in the open looking for another kill, and he's going to get dunked on. And this is actually getting a little scary here. Cold, he's low and fallen, just now rotating into Arch. Fnatic, they now get the chance to plant the bomb and get into the afterplant positions.
The bomb was in that ninja corner as well. They had to commit to actually fighting that, which is a bit ridiculous. Fallen and Cold Sierra going to try and see if they can actually win this 2v3. They have some Molotovs here, which might actually help them out. There's one going a bit far. JW now hiding at the edge of the smoke, and he might be able to get both these kills. What a play here. This is unusual. You don't generally do this, but he's going to find the perfect angle. What a mind game. There's one, and Fallen now trapped inside. He can't do a single thing, and Fnatic going to make it 12-3. Great round there from JW at the end. That's the first half done. That
move by JW is like a checkmate. That's like the insurance policy that you just, there's no chance of you winning that round. But Luminosity plays that half pretty smartly. I mean, we saw so many times having that one defender at the B bomb site. They had these timings of when they wanted to cause that rotate because they know Fnatic wants to get control of brackets. They know they want to try and force over towards Wrap. So they ensured that they had 4 players guarding middle as often as possible. And it worked out beautifully for them.
Well, now, I mean, the countdown has begun, guys, and we are going to be getting into the second half now.
Moses.
And it's a question of history repeating itself.
Moses and Semler. not this time, right?
Not this time?
Not this time.
Are you going to jinx it? I'm pretty sure this desk is wood.
Well,
hey, we cannot let it be a clean sweep here. Luminosity cannot let it be a clean sweep. They've already beaten Fnatic on this map in a best-of-1 in the group phase. Now they have to get the job done here in the grand finals to keep their hopes alive, to claim that title. So this is it, the moment. Luminosity gathered up. They have some utility as well. That's on Fallen. There's the flash. They're being thorough, clearing out apartments. No trap here. They still have a flash and a smoke to work with.
Well, a little bit of aggression early on from Dennis. Just spotting, I think even a couple of people in second mid. Full apartments control coming out of LG. And they do have one flashbang on Fallen, actually. I was wondering if they were going to try and go really all out of apartments, because you can flash some really good flashes from second mid that go over the pit and pop whoever is there, which would be JW at this point. But look at the setup from Fnatic, though.
Yeah, they have a huge defense on this Wrap side. That's where this battle has to be won. Dennis gonna get close up, gets that first kill, can't get a second, traded off by Cold.
That's the flank coming through. JW just charges right into Taco, though, donates himself. And now it's Fur wrapping around, putting some pressure, making sure that they can't rotate in here clean. Has to be careful about taking these fights, but he doesn't care. He'll tomb Crims anyways. And it's going to be Flusha and Olofmeister, the last 2 alive here for Fnatic, turning it into a 2-on-2. And with bomb control, this is a very scary situation now for Luminosity.
There's a weird second battle between Fallen and Olofmeister going on in second mid, and Fallen's just so hard to find. He's just running away all the time now. Olof gonna get shot down by Taco. Second kill for him. And this is definitely gonna be the final nail on the coffin. They're running away. It's 20 seconds, so they can make it. It takes about 18 to run from top mid into B, so they've definitely got the time for it. But Flusha, he's miles away here. I don't see him being able to do this 1v2. He's going to have to look at every single corner to make this work.
There was a time when Flusha was the clutch master for Fnatic, though. You always wanted him to be the last man alive in these sorts of situations. 6 bullets, and he catches Fallen before Fallen can get back around the corner. And it's all on Taco now, fully reloaded, and Flusha doing massive damage. They're both so low, and this is the dance. Taco's got to stay alive. He's got to force Flusha to commit to this fight, and Flusha's just got to find the angle. Taco, he can't get the job done. It's going to be Luminosity losing in the pistol. Fnatic, they're on a 4th round.
Luminosity gave up so many advantages they had at 2-on-1. Fallen overextending and then can't find his way back in time. And Taco, even after Fallen dies, he has got plenty of time to find a new positioning inside that B bomb site. Play with the bomb.
I think that was him saying, I'm going to be at such a weird off angle that Flusha's going to come running in and not even worry. Like maybe even partially with a knife out or something like that. But yeah, if they had been hiding, imagine all the corners Flusha would have had to have checked there. I don't know.
Getting a bit too ahead of yourself, a bit too confident that you could get out, I suppose, because Fallen didn't even try and take the fight with Flusha. He just tried to back off. Flusha was just too quick.
Well, and this is the thing now. I mean, we saw on Overpass, you give Fnatic an opening and they're going to take it, and now here it is, winning this pistol round.
Yeah, now things get a bit scary here for Luminosity, but because they got that plant, this is a donation round. Olofmeister making plenty of money. And wow, he's just actually continuing in JW. Wow, slaughter. Dennis is there to guarantee that things don't get out of control. But 4 SMG kills aren't too bad. That's a lot of money going into Fnatic's pocket.
I feel like almost immediately when they win around like that, you can sort of taste it in the air, just that feeling, oh, was that all it took? Was that the difference between Fnatic sort of being out of it and us going to a 4th map or getting back into this game? 12-5.
Look at the effort out of Dennis.
Yeah.
Didn't even notice he got up that high. 16 and 14.
Yeah, and Olofmeister actually being pretty quiet. But as I say that, he comes alive, gets 3, and then starts off strong here in the important round for Luminosity. He has that AWP, dunks a nade in onto Fallen. And while Luminosity now, they're going to have to just kind of, whoa! I say that, and then Crims, usually what you do is you're throwing that nade from the back of the site to catch teams who are waiting the early rush nades out. And instead, this time he actually hunts down Fallen with it. That is sick.
Yeah, not too bad, and so much map control denied out of Luminosity. JW now knows where one is. He's going to pop flash himself out. Just takes that peek to make sure that FNX gets the full effect of the flashbang. From there, it's a free kill. Although Cold, Flush has no idea he's here, so Cold's going to win that battle. Turns around, and there's Olaf. Second kill of the round for him. Just down to Fur.
And he's stuck. Fur, JW. It's right behind him. There's no way for him to get on his bomb. He has to find the duel, and there's the flash, full flash. No hope at all, and Dennis will remove him from the map. 4 players survive, 4 rifles, well, saved, and Fnatic, they're just looking so good. Getting over onto that CT side, man, this is what Fnatic are capable of.
And what's really critical as well is that it's only 1 person who dies for Fnatic in that round. That makes a difference. Again, Luminosity aren't at map point right now. They're just at 12 rounds. So once they win a round, they got to make sure that that sort of forces Fnatic to eco. Then they can really get close. But if they have to win 4 rounds where Fnatic are all fully bought every single time, that is going to be a little bit tough, actually. So economic damage still plays a huge role here in the second half.
Well, this nade usage is phenomenal from Fnatic. Look at all the damage it's done already.
Yeah, that's the scary part here. JW, with that M4, eventually finds the headshot. He will fall to Fur, but Dennis is there, and FNX not going to be able to take out Olofmeister. Shuts him down. P250 versus P250, and this time Olofmeister wins. 7 rounds for Fnatic now. Just 5 separating them from Luminosity. That's just a couple of wins here. When I say that, I mean, obviously, you know, if Luminosity are low on eco, etc. I mean, Fnatic now, they have all the money necessary for the big nades, the anti-rush nades, the incendiaries, and that makes all the difference on Inferno with all of these choke points. That's where the CT side can really start taking off. Luminosity just spreading out and aggressively taking control of top banana. Olofmeister's holding in mid, but now LG actually have a good portion of the map to work with here.
Yeah, this time Fnatic chooses not to challenge top mid, so they give it up early. It's Crimson Flusha in here this time.
And this is all due to Olofmeister having that AWP. They want him to be mobile. They want him to be shifting around on the map, making it difficult to predict where he's going to have the sniper rifle. And so Flusha and Crims, they can work well together as well. So it's not exactly like it's a big hit to the defense there.
Well, at least now you could see Luminosity wanted to aggressively use some of that utility to try and punish Olaf for being out at that car, and it doesn't work. So they've used a lot of the nades just by him being mobile. Still no indication of where exactly he is. They know he's somewhere at the A bomb site.
Nicely done with the flash. Forces Olofmeister back, and Fer, with the moment's hesitation, not going to be able to catch him. And there's the counter flash coming in, and Olofmeister, he's scoped in before he even takes that peek, so he doesn't even see Fer.
Oh, you could see how much Fnatic are getting into LG's minds. They thought that was a bait. They thought the fact that he was running back meant there was a guy in Arch waiting for them. They're questioning and double questioning themselves just because of Fnatic being so good, but Fer picking up that second kill. And with 35 seconds left, this is looking like a fantastic round for Luminosity. They're even rotating back now towards the B bomb side with 3 members coming out of Banana. Flushes and CT spawn, but he's going to have such a hard time holding this. And Fer, they control the rotation coming in from A bomb side. They've got everything considered right now. Flusha trying to get the cross kill, gonna get the one there, goes for more fight. Flusha getting a double, and finally they manage to shut him down. It's obviously for gonna come up with another 2 kills, making it a quad in total. And now, well, he's 1 kill away from the ace here. JW charging in, but he goes down to Taco, and Luminosity 1 step closer. It's, well, 13-7 here, and the money for Fnatic, it's there. They can still buy.
JW has some of the sickest movement in this game. Just saying, like his mastery,
yeah.
It's like art watching him work.
Those hops just to get like an extra like half second on that timing.
So sick.
Well, now it is, like you mentioned, it's that dangerous moment for Luminosity where they need to string these together. One's not good enough. They have the economy of Fnatic, you know, pretty beat up. Flusha, Olaf, and JW very low.
Well, there's a flash, and it's effective, but the timing doesn't work out. Olafmeister, though, willing to challenge, and he actually catches out fair. 27 HP left on him, but he got the kill. That's the important part. Now Luminosity have been set back, and they've used a lot of their utility as well to just try and get control of top mid.
Fnatic failed to smoke towards the B bomb site here, but when they're getting the kills, it's probably not going to matter. That means they had to use an extra one to smoke off the entrance into B. Now that's going to be 5 versus 3 right now, and Luminosity, again, even if they can't win the rounds, they need to do damage. It's acceptable for them to lose if they can get 3 or 4 kills in a round, but not if it's just going to be flawless or 1 or 2. That's not good enough here. Fallen, Cold, and FNX moving forward. See if they can wrap around this bomb site. They're really deep in right now, but Fnatic are sort of almost letting them in, and they're going to end up getting shot, I think, from the library here. Olafmeister's got such a good angle to deal with. Fallen trying to see if he can make it on through. It's going to be the first engagement. He wins that fight, but gets killed, shot in the back by Olafmeister. They're getting closer. Here's a nice shot, and JW going to be going down, and another shot comes through on Olaf. That's a ridiculous shot. Now FNX trying to see if he can make it around the corner. 30 seconds still. He's got the AK. He's got the 1-on-2. He goes for the fight, but Flusha crouched around the corner. He's going to win it, and it's going to be Fnatic at 8-13. But they got the kills this time.
Yeah, well, they're slowly, that's always the option. You have a big lead, grind down the economy to the point where maybe Fnatic can't afford all the nades they need into a round. But it's getting to that point now. It's close enough where that's going to matter less and less as Fnatic catches up and closes the scoreline, because now it's going to be that save out of Luminosity. No armor, upgraded pistols, and a couple flashbangs. 1 HE grenade, which has just been used over towards Banana, does no damage.
No, completely ineffective. And now Crims, he's in a spot that he hasn't really used too much yet, so the element of surprise will be there. A little dangerous when you're dealing with pistols. There aren't really Tech 9s, it's P250s, and he is going to get flashed out. Now he actually has a little bit of a safe way. He can get out of here, but he's not going to manage it. Down to 4 HP, and unfortunately Olafmeister isn't really there to back him up. He will get flashed, and he's just wrecking them! Runs out of bullets, though, and FNX is there to get the kill. But with the M4 in hand, FNX, he can actually do some damage here. Problem is, oh, never mind.
Why you have to curse him, Sam?
I'm sorry, FNX.
Well, 2 kills happening. It's not exceptional, but it makes it a well worth investment, I think, for Luminosity in that round. They are able to buy again, and once more, it's Taco and FNX sort of topping the board here. They're just very, very good in this grand finals, it seems. Dennis on the other team with 19 kills. When they met in Minsk, it was very different. Dennis was very useless in that matchup, except for that one insane clutch. But this time he's really woken up and shown up for this fight.
Well, big fight indeed, and JW starts off strong, taking out Fur. Dennis is still here. They haven't spotted him, but he decides to play it safe and back off here. Does not want to get caught out with people coming into apartments behind him.
Crims has been taken out over towards the B bomb site. No ops on the board for either of these teams. The first time we've seen that in a while in this matchup, or in this map. But still, Fnatic spread out. JW watching towards Rap side. Flusha now rotating over towards the B bomb site. Molotov's going to delay a little bit longer, but LG, they're not even here at Banana. They're not in the B bomb site. They're slowly encroaching in alternate mid, trying to figure out, seeing if this is where, because this is where in the middle portions of the round, Fnatic usually gets someone aggressive to find some kind of intel, some kind of advantage. And look at JW, smoke clears, but not to his advantage. He's dropped down to 32 HP.
This is a dangerous setup for Fnatic right now. I mean, at B, it's obviously fantastic in a 4v4 like this, but over at the A bomb site, JW and Dennis, they have to get some really, really good kills in. Otherwise, this could fall apart. Smoke in the middle there. LG showing themselves a tiny bit. And it's going to be Dennis ready to set up a similar pop flash to the one Fur was trying to do. He does it once. Could he get flashed in from anywhere else? That's the question. JW has a flash, and I think it's going to be a pop. They're all flashed, and they line up Dennis with a fantastic double spray down, helped by JW. Second flash even comes in to help him out. Such incredible teamwork coming out right now, but Cold, he does not care about teamwork. He's going to take this all on himself. Oh no, that grenade, I don't think it's going to touch him. It goes just a little bit too far. Molotov in, Flush is trying to get close as well. And FNX, he's far away from the bomb site. Flusher playing at the edge in cold zero. He's like a rock in that corner, but the jumping shot from Flusher, just what the hell is going on? He's gonna tap it once, and FNX, he's not even running. He sees it coming. He's walking out slowly here. Once again, Flusher gonna go for it. FNX out of the apartments, but he's gonna go down. Olofmeister and Flusher with a fantastic retake. And Fnatic back to 13-10 now.
I have to imagine that pop flash from Dennis that he throws, because he had no indication that they were coming up ramp. I think he just threw that to kind of almost bait Luminosity a little bit into that rap hit, waiting for that perfect pop flash from JW from pit, because there's no indication that one's coming. Dennis's you can hear bounce off that rooftop.
Yeah.
JW's is just, I mean, that just wrecks everyone.
Yeah, as you saw, Cole just barely got out of there in one piece.
But now, I mean, now the pause comes out for Luminosity, because Fnatic has caught up, 10-13. It's not tied quite yet, but you can see Luminosity running out of ideas a little bit. They're getting beaten up everywhere. Only one round to their name in this half.
Olofmeister's completely come alive as well in this second half. I think he ended the first half something like 2 kills, 3 kills, if that. Now he's up to 14. I mean, that's a scary situation for Luminosity as well, because it was a bit top-heavy, as we saw at the beginning of the half with Fnatic. You know, it was like Dennis who was sitting in double digits. I think JW was there with him. And everybody else low single digits. Now everybody's getting into the fight on the Swedish side. And you can just tell why they're viewed as one of the best teams in the world on Inferno. I mean, their CT side right now is working in overdrive, because clearly their T side needs work, but the CT side, they just can't seem to break it, Luminosity.
What options have gone unexplored right now for Luminosity? I feel we haven't seen it. We didn't see this from Fnatic either. One of those aggressive apartments pushes. You can especially do it when you have Tech-9 armor. You just have one guy in the middle who sort of ends up throwing a flash that pops right over pit. I think I mentioned this earlier.
Yeah.
And I mean, they have been able a lot of times to get apartments control. So maybe try and throw something in there.
Some kind of contact B push, perhaps, where they get up banana, they throw some nades at car to force anyone back, try and mask it that it's only a couple players, and just walk up banana until you're spotted, and then you just explode onto the B bomb site. I mean, get into the site, because they're, I mean, even part of this problem is, I mean, not necessarily the last round, but a couple rounds now, they've been getting picked off as they're trying to set up towards middle. They've been losing players as they try and gain control, like, almost like a staging area that they want for their execution. It's just not working out for them in the late round situations.
Well, I do like this approach coming in here from Luminosity, which is more of a quasi-buy than anything. Kevlar, nades, Tech-9s, but this is just balancing out their money for the next big round here, where they will be able to afford everything. Aggressive smoke goes down. Crims, he gets spotted, but that's not the problem. That's not the issue here for Luminosity. That smoke going down is going to cost them time. So Fallen, you can see him considering, you know, do we set up for a boost? What are the options here? Do we just sit and wait? It's a very passive play from both teams now after that initial little skirmish.
The dangerous part for Fnatic right now is that 3 of their members are $500 or below. So if this does any damage, I mean, still the economy is on a precipice for Fnatic. At any point, with Luminosity at 13, if they can finally break the bank of Fnatic, then they have a great opportunity to get up towards 15 and having map point for a couple rounds.
This is going to be a YOLO V, it looks like.
Yeah, and they got the Molotovs as well. If they win banana control, they could turn the YOLO into an execute with the Molotovs as well. That's also possible. Probably depends on how much of a fight they're going to get from Fnatic up here. Crims and Olofmeister there. Look at the time that's already been wasted. 40 seconds now. Crims by the truck. They're all out there. He's going to peek. He goes down. Taco with the opening. Olof tries more, but he gets shot down. It's a double setup. They cancel the Molotovs. They realize there's no need to. We got the bomb site. And now they're going to try and see if they can run through and get that bomb plant down. Flusher unable to connect right now. And again, Fnatic, 3 of their members can't buy these 3 rifles. They're worth their weight in gold. But on the other hand, they have to balance that against where Luminosity are round score-wise. Fur in the corner with the Tech-9. Flashbang in. Dennis doesn't check the corner. He dies. Fur is going to get traded, but Cole is there, and it's all on JW in a 1-on-3. What a round from Luminosity. 2 kills, top banana, and it's a landslide that even Fnatic could not stop.
Crims overextended behind that car. They had some Molotovs to use. They could have played that passively and dropped him in the choke point when they had the indication that was coming in.
That's all that I'm thinking about right now. It's the same. I thought that he would have a flash from Olofmeister, but the fact that Olofmeister only had the incendiary means that Crims is just a dead man. It doesn't matter if you drop the incendiary. They're just gonna, if there's 3 guys there facing him, there's no way for him to get out. If there's a flash that goes off, however, so yeah, really odd choice there from Fnatic. Not something we're used to seeing from them, which is why I think both of us are stumped here.
Now, this is where Fnatic, I think, are going to get really mean. They've got the AWP on Olof. They've got the M4 on Flusher. This is all they could afford to buy together with some of those pistols and armor. If they win this round, it's going to be a scary repeat of what we saw in Minsk, and I don't know if we can handle that. There's Olaf with a lightning-fast flick to take out Fur, and ends up falling back. This is not the start that LG need.
I think that LG are wondering right now, actually, how did he have so much money?
Yeah.
How did he have enough money for an AWP? We were probably not expecting that.
Oh, and that one surprise, that's where now it gets dangerous. Because only, I mean, they have a man down against these pistols. They can just get picked apart. These pistols with their mobility just going back and forth, eventually whittling down the health and finding these kills.
Oh no, JW, what's he gonna do? Cold is sneaking away from him right now. JW right on the edge, and this is shaping up to be some kind of B play here from Luminosity with 3 players and the bomb waiting in banana, but they're so low on utility. They do manage to pick up a smoke.
This is like some sort of comedy play. They're hiding on either side of the pillar in the middle. JW goes back, turns to Cold Zero. He's going to turn around and find that free kill and picks up an AK. Just what are the odds? That's 2 entry frags for Fnatic, who just seem to be determined right now to stay in this particular map.
There's 4 members of Fnatic over here at this B bomb site. This could be just a crushing loss for Luminosity.
As soon as that flash comes in, there it is. There's the peek, flush up. Peeks out, double spray for him. He's finally traded by FNX, but it's not going to be good enough. JW's there to trade effectively. Just too many people alive on the B side for Fnatic. Luminosity just couldn't cope. And now Luminosity, I mean, they have, wow, it's right on the edge. One of them has, 2 of them can full buy, but then 3 of them are on a pistol sort of situation, so it's not good enough here.
Then they're buying Tech 9s for each other right now.
Yeah, that's actually Taco dropping about half of his money, half of his bank right there, just making sure that people can get some guns, well, some pistols to work with. Single incendiary from Fallen as well. And a JW with the fall-away shot onto Fallen. That's, there we go. Yes.
They've had to deal with Olaf with the off for a couple rounds, and he just passes it over and is like, all right, now it's JW's turn. Meanwhile, Flusha just mopping things up in the middle. He's going to get a 3rd, and he doesn't get out of the fire. Fur does find him. The damage is done.
Taco, you know, coming up there at the end a little bit.
Not bad.
That kind of fadeaway shot, though, man, that is just like, yes, this is has a fine bouquet. Year of 2013, JW. Like that off, man.
It's such a different style, and they haven't had to think about it being in middle. They haven't had to think about it being in lane side very much. Olaf being a little bit more passive with it, you know, towards banana, towards the wrap side, and all of a sudden it gets that switch up. It looks like he's going to go for it again. He's just going to jump across, doesn't find any intel, goes for the window peek, though.
Oh.
Okay, then.
Stop.
Seemed to be a bit of a stop being called, as you can tell. Just a bit of lag on JW then. But you said, you know, sort of the 2013 vintage. That was another play. Something that Kenny also used to do a hell of a lot. That really aggressive peek in there. We are, I think, able to continue.
Yeah, we are going to be able to just go right back into this.
Yeah, luckily there's such a thing as a match medic that will just reset everything, so.
What a time for that to occur as well.
I know, nightmare, right? You got to be wondering for Luminosity as well. They're just like, wait, where is this guy?
Where'd he go?
Where'd he go? Okay, just, we got to pre-fire, we got to catch him. Jado is actually pretty lucky that he died there, because otherwise, you know, can you say that there was, you know, the lag, you know, if you got caught, if you died, it's definitely a bit more awkward. But if he's just, I mean, you know, stuck there.
I think normally tournament rules say that once someone's dead,
that's it, yeah.
Then the round is essentially live.
Yeah.
But 14-12 here is going to be the scoreline. The 27th round is coming up now. We are in the 3rd map here, the grand final, the Intel Extreme Masters Season 10. And JW, he just does it again, even though he essentially just revealed that he did it. He just doesn't care. Takes the shot.
I mean, that's brilliant. Turn it into a bit of a mind game. This is the secondary follow-up, but he's already given his team a man advantage. Here come the nades, the utility to slow down any kind of fast pressure up halls. And Fnatic can just stabilize with a man advantage.
And JW just keeps up changing his position as well. Take one shot, fall a little bit further back, then another. I mean, this is so difficult for Luminosity to deal with. Luckily for Luminosity, they still have some nades to work with. So a couple of flashes, quite a few smokes, so they could go for the play. They have control of apartments as well, and they have control of top banana. So this is actually ideal here for Luminosity. You know, considering they have a man down, at least they have most of the map to work with right now to decide which strategy they want to use.
Think of how incredible that first half was for Luminosity, and now we're back at 14-12. This has got to be really scary for the Brazilian side. Fallen, though, he's looking for an opening in this bomb side, and he's going to walk in and take down Crims, but swift reply from Oliver there, and that's going to bring it back into a 4 versus 3. Maybe if there had been a couple of members behind Luminosity there, they would have been able to find the opening, but they just don't have that option now. They're pushing into a bomb site where 3 members are holding Flusher. He's going to get smoked off on the cross there by Arch, so now falls back into Library instead. JW finds a shot on one for an FNX. This might be one of the few chances they actually have to make this work. FNX looking for a shot. Flusher's going to take down his teammate, and it's all on him, and he can't make it work. Dennis will be dropping him for a 14-13 scoreline, and Dennis with 22 kills, only outdone by Taco at 23.
And Luminosity right now, you can see, I mean, FNX, he's got his head in his hands. This completely shatters their money. They're back down to pistols again, which is going to allow Fnatic to get up to 14-14, unless they come up with something magical here in this round. They just cannot seem to get anything going to break this Fnatic defense. And Olafmeister, you're absolutely right. Olafmeister, with that such a quick repeat, he's just like, oh no, I just saw Fallen. Oh, that was sick.
Oh, wow.
Was run boost.
It was a run boost.
And he actually just takes fall damage, I think. Surprise, surprise.
Guts to try and do that.
He did that in Barcelona just a few weeks ago in a game that they were like blowing out. You could see he was just testing some ideas, and to bust it out here, third map of a grand finals is just supreme confidence.
Well, around here with only pistol and no armor for LG, so not surprising that it is a bit of a slaughter. That's going to tie the scoreline at 14-14.
And this is the moment. This is where it all either comes alive or breaks down for Luminosity. Full utility, no AWP on Fallen, despite the fact that he had the money to go for it if he wanted to. But it just seems like they want to have every single nade they can and be quick on their feet with the AKs.
They won that round when they just exploded towards that B bomb site. You know, like they need to stop getting whittled down and picked off. Go back to something very similar where just as all 5 members. Well, oh, this is a nightmare.
Yeah, JW, this is old. Oh, man, he loves this position as well. He's just going through the playbook right now, JW. Using all the different kinds. There's the bait, and he's trying to get out. He will get that HE. Parting shot. He does have a teammate there, and they're going to line up, but he misses the second shot somehow. That looked dead on.
Did he do the damage? I think maybe he did. Maybe, did he leg fur on top of the grenade down to 14? Is that even possible?
How?
I don't know. It's too fast.
Thought for sure that that was just going to be another god tier play from JW.
I mean, you see him have the presence of mind as well to expect that if they push in there, they're probably going to have some guy jumping onto balcony. So he checks that before he goes back to take the shot. It's just scary, isn't it? Dennis playing an off angle, caught with the smoke in hand, and Flusher's now in this corner, but they're not checking in. And Flusher waits, he gets the one, he goes for the spray, takes 2 in return, and Fur very low still. Flusher gonna go for the triple, and he mows down every single member in the middle, and now Fur all alone without the bomb and in a 1-on-3, and this round is gonna push Fnatic on to match and map point.
Tournament point.
That is incredible from Flusher to get those 3 kills.
And to let Fallen walk past like that, he is like the king of trigger control, of just sitting there, waiting, and then just before Fallen gets through the smoke, where it would have been risky for Flusher to take the shot, boom, he annihilates him, it peeks out.
It's so mad. It's Dennis' mistake that actually sort of baits them into thinking, well, there's not going to be another one here, because he was putting up a smoke right then.
Nightmarish. This is a nightmare for Luminosity at this point. And this is where, I mean, we saw it on Overpass. This is where they came alive when Fnatic were on map point. This is a little different, though. This is tournament point. This is Fnatic looking for that trophy. Dennis is going to get fall. He's going to get caught again. Fur is there to hunt him. And no tricks this time. No Flusher there to turn things around.
Yeah, he stayed way too long. He even had an opportunity after the initial contact to be able to fall away, but he gets punished. But still, Fnatic, this defense is so daunting this entire half. Even Olaf gonna smoke off towards the B bomb site for his teammates so they can keep 3 members here at A. And look at this.
Oh, man.
A boost coming up to look over. Not gonna spot anyone, and staying there for too long is also a bit risky. Fur going for a bit of a fight there with JW. That would have been a massive kill if they could have picked it up. Again, we're fighting for overtime here on the LG side. JW, just a random shot being put through the smoke, and no more Fur.
Luminosity's played this so well. Taco's gonna find that opening on a JW though. So he does finally end the tear, and now Crims is gonna be the one put under pressure.
Crims, he's setting up for that existence flash. He's got it. He's got a single one. He's just gonna wait. There's the steps, there's the flash, and it's perfect for Crims. It's a single spray though. He actually doesn't get the follow-up, but then the shots through the smoke. Gonna drop FNX so very low. He's down to 5 HP, and Olofmeister takes out coldzera as well. So it's a 2-on-2 now. Bomb about to get planted, and it's the retake. They've been so consistent with it so far, Fnatic. Can they do it again now to win the championship?
Everything is on the line, and there's FNX picking up the 1 kill, all on Olive in a 1-on-2. He could close this game and win the tournament right now. The Molotov is going to go up. They're low on health. He's got that M4. He really wants to find 1 kill. He tries to make the jump into the fire, and that's not part of the plan. He got tagged mid-air. Now a lot of time has been wasted. Olive a little bit panicked. Overtime, here it comes.
What, I mean, this is just back and, I mean, just like Overpass.
You couldn't make this up, could you?
No. It's exactly like Overpass. Exactly like Overpass. This is crazy, guys.
What a nice round from Luminosity. I mean, this is the thing, though. They just fall back towards that B bomb site, and they have the manpower to overwhelm that defense, despite the perfect flashbang for Crims to come through.
Well, well, well. Between regulation and overtime, I think we'll just have a couple of minutes of break here. I think Taco needs to just stand up for a second here, and you see some of the Fnatic members also just stretching their legs a bit, making sure that blood is flowing to not just their hands and head, but maybe keeping circulation up a bit here.
That's where, yeah, this is where I don't think that Dennis is going to be kicking himself too hard, but this is where, you know, Dennis could be feeling a little frustrated with himself, considering, you know, that one error kind of led to LG being able to pick up that last round there, him overstaying his welcome in mid, and that was back-to-back as well. The round before that, the mistake with the smoke, standing in an off angle, just out in the open.
Well, do you think that maybe just the fact that he's been playing very well sort of thought made him think, I'm going to have to make some plays here, you know, I'm going to make the play, and then that's too much?
I don't think that's even a factor at all in their minds. Fnatic's been living and dying by that style with some of those risky, over-aggressive individual plays, always relying on the fact that they have the talent and they have the personnel needed to recover from that. And they almost did once again. I mean, it was another situation. It comes down into a 2-on-2. Just Luminosity is able to outlast them in that one. They eventually find the kills needed.
So well done as well by Luminosity, not peeking Olofmeister until they knew exactly where he was. That was very, very well played. And FNX, he knows not to peek as well, not walking into the pre-fire from Olaf. There's so many factors that come into play that allow for that round to actually fall out the way it did.
Oh, Olaf going for that jump and just getting tagged in the air.
Yeah, but then the air, having the air control as well afterwards to come back around and then pre-fire the angle in case somebody's playing from dark. I mean, yeah, they're playing on a whole different level right now, these guys.
Look at all these mobile phones in here. If you got a mobile in here in the stadium right now, just try and bring it out and turn the camera light on, because that looks amazing.
That looks sick.
If you can get a crowd shot of that while we're waiting for the rest of LG to get back in here, that looks absolutely sick.
Baller.
Oh yeah, keep it going. Need more.
Need more. It is packed in here, a full house. I was saying earlier, there are so many people in here that they've actually set up projector screens behind the main stage so that people can wrap around in the rafters to watch the games from there. Absolutely incredible.
What a crowd we've had here all throughout the playoffs. And now comes the chanting as well.
And all for that trophy right there, which actually weighs something like, 20 kilos or something crazy like that. Like, that is a heavy trophy.
So cool. It was brought in on the opening day as well by the Polish Counter-Strike legend.
Lord, yeah. They're paying some respects to their fallen foes. I mean, this is also why, this crowd, they're hungry for Fnatic blood, because Fnatic are the team that knocked out Virtus Pro. You've seen so many Virtus Pro jerseys in the crowds today. It is their home turf, their home territory, and they got knocked out in the quarterfinals.
You got to think that kind of chant also, it must motivate VP to go back to the drawing board and back to the practice room and see if they can't come back at full force again. Because they certainly got the support for it.
Yeah, and they've got about a month to the next major.
How much is that in Counter-Strike time, Moses? We actually are going to get back, and you've got 10 seconds to reply.
It's like, what, Counter-Strike years or Counter-Strike months, where 1 month is like actually 5 months? It's just
exactly.
Like,
Can you make it work in 5 months? Can you turn it around? Or 5 months, 1 month?
They definitely can. We saw some vestiges of it, some glimpses of it, just not enough.
They need that Rocky training series, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they need a good 90s montage.
Well, here we go. Overtime on the third map in the grand finals. Everything is on the line, especially for Luminosity, who are one map away here from being knocked out by Fnatic.
And like Fnatic right now, what is this? It's only really JW who's playing a little scary up in apartments. The rest of his teammates, very passive holds indeed. And JW going to miss the shot in the end. And look at that coordination coming out from Luminosity. They know that JW likes to play this angle. Maybe getting just a tad predictable there, JW. They coordinate the peak, look together, and manage to clear out that portion of the map. Now, they're going to be able to get banana control as well, it looks like here, Luminosity, able to move right on the top car. So they have all of the map now, Luminosity. They can do what they want.
And they've done this with very little utility used. It's only Cold who's essentially out of everything except for a Molotov. Even First still has a smoke. He just uses his Molotov now. But, I mean, there's plenty of grenades left on the LG side. Meanwhile, Fnatic, they've used a lot already.
Look at the time that's being wasted right now. Down to 40 seconds. They don't even have top mid control. They've got apartments control now because Taco's making his way up there. This is going to be an explosive hit from LG. Taco, he might just be the linchpin here if he can make it out and make it work. But JW, he's going to take a shot on Fallen, and that's not a good start. 25 seconds left. And the Brazilians trying to see if they can wrap around the bombers right there. Dennis walking into it. FNX on the other side. 20 seconds now as Fur goes down, and it's going to be Dennis winning that fight, and it's looking great for Fnatic. Taco, he's going to get shot down. Fnatic just playing every position, it seems, to perfection.
Dennis is a madman pushing through the smoke like that, but it's smart insanity where you come through that smoke, and even if, I mean, you're buying time. Even if you don't get that kill, he's forced to take that fight so far from the bomb site, and it's also isolating the players trying to come out halls. So once they know they have this man advantage in the round, you know, Dennis can afford to make that play.
Kind of thumbing his nose at FNX as well, considering that's one of FNX's favorite spots to play on.
Not again.
Yeah,
JW, come on. He's going to try and make that jump in. There's no one there, but he actually did tag up Cold Zero a bit.
You know, he's going to try that until he lands the shot.
Yeah, style points. It's exactly like what happened after the reset, right? They won't think I'll do it a third time. That's just not going to happen. But again, Luminosity, huge map control for them. So it didn't work out in the last round. It's a similar one here. They've got top banana. They've cleared out apartments. Presence in mid as well. So, I mean, at this point, it has to come down to just Luminosity pressing forward together as a unit. They cannot allow JW to get the entry again. I'm really curious because Olafmeister's now rotating back around. He's got that rifle. Flusha's going to be the one over there to hold the line on that B site to work with Crims. Olaf on that key rotator role.
I think it's because Flusha has a smoke and a Molotov left, so they switch spots so he can still afford to run down the clock so much.
Wait a minute. The bomb is in apartments. This is unusual. I think they're going to throw whatever they have in B and run back again.
Yeah, it's straight up fake.
You don't normally do this. Is very, very odd.
I mean, this is also a tell from Luminosity. At least for Fnatic, I know. I mean, they're really trying to sell this because they're going to commit so many nades to this 3 players, and they are really going to be calling out for the rotation. Olafmeister rotates over, but wait, they don't fully commit. FNX is the only man through. It's awkward. He kills off Crims, and now Olaf has to come back, but JW's still alive here on the pit. I mean, the action is here on the B site, but it's JW doing the damage. He finally gets taken out by Cold, and the bomb will get planted default here on the A site. We go into another retake, and Flush is already doing damage. He's already picked up a kill. Olafmeister catches out Fur, and now it's all on Cold. Does turn it into the 1v2. And he has to come up with some heroics here. He has to come up with something magical. He's going to be able to pick off the one, but will he expect Flusha to be coming in through mid? This might ruin everything for him.
What a massive fake coming out from the LG team, and it actually works very well. He's got the triple with the quad, but he's not going to get it. Flusha will steal it away from him. A double kill of his own, and Fnatic, they take that round. I cannot in my mind remember I've ever seen that fake run like that.
And I mean,
were they just
twice they nearly over-rotated out.
Yeah, I mean, it's all JW. Even just that one kill he got, he couldn't hold on to the bomb site, but just that one kill, I mean, takes a Luminosity member away from that post-plant defense. And actually, it didn't even seem like Fnatic bit on it like super hard, because as soon as the bomb gets planted, they already have 2 players back on Rap side, just like ready to go. And that might be because JW was able to stick around, and he did spot that out. That bought him an extra like 2 seconds maybe to get out of CT spawn.
JW again into apartments, but Luminosity here for the third round of overtime, which is the last on this half. They're going to try and see if they can push top mid. They win the first fight. This is how they got one of those critical rounds when they had next to nothing. They just managed to defeat Olaf, and now Crim's Flusher trying to rotate in. JW going to get one shot on Fallen there, and he's in second mid. Oh, that loses so much map control for LG.
No way. And then he keeps pushing. Oh, yeah. JW's insane. Yeah, but FNX is... He knows the insanity. You have to cover all bases when it comes to JW. You never know. What's insane to some, it's just a normal day for JW.
But look what this has allowed them to do. There's 2 members of the B bomb site for Fnatic. They have Dennis as the only one in middle, and JW is so far behind him. This is buying so much time as well.
LG are sure that at some point he's going to be walking out. And if that happens and they find the kill on him, then they can just storm onto a bomb site.
No, FNX.
Oh man, that's heartbreaking.
Losing patience. JW solid as a rock. Now they're going to push into the bomb site. They managed to put up a good smoke there. Now in the corner, Crims, if he goes down, this is actually still a good round. They shut down Flusher. Are they going to check it? They forget for a moment. Crims takes down one. Can he get a second count? Cold Zero will drop it, and now that's a double kill for him. With 20 seconds left, he's going to find time to put up the bomb, but JW landing a shot, and they're spraying through the smoke as well. And there it is, 3 rounds in a row for Fnatic in overtime to bring it to 18-15, and they only need 1 more round.
No mistakes left. And you can actually see Infer, as he plants that bomb at just the default spot, he's like, oh no, what have I done? Fully exposed to JW just coming around the corner. Can't win that 2-on-2. They had some time to readjust it, but still, I mean, that play from JW, you could just see it put the fear into Luminosity. They had to be wary of their flank. And what a position for JW to just hold. I mean, that's just a big gamble that someone went so far back towards T-spawn to check. He might have never seen a Luminosity member in that whole round for him to just camp out at top of those stairs.
If they had pushed A while JW was there, then there would have been 1 player at Archway, and they could have walked right in, and JW would have been out of position.
Yeah. It's just deciding. It's this is also where Fnatic, they're almost, inflicting their will on Luminosity, saying you are going to go B, and whether they want to or not, Luminosity, they walk right into the trap. And so now it's Luminosity on that CT side, and we have to see, can Fallen come up with something magical here with the AWP? Fnatic actually don't want to have anything to do with him. Instead, they're going to go up into apartments, and that's where Taco resigns with the Mag 7. Point-blank shot onto Dennis, and there's the opening kill for Luminosity.
Not a bad start at all. Interesting buying a Mag 7 when you have that much money, but he's still on this corner. See if a teammate's willing to flash him in, because that's a very powerful way of doing it instead of him trying to pop flash himself. But right now, Fnatic trying to see if they can make it up top mid, and they've certainly got the control for it. Smoke goes up once, and Fur on the cross is going to go down to Flusher. Strong refrag coming through.
Wow, and Flusher actually just wraps straight in. And now he can actually take this fight with Fallen. Perhaps Fallen with that AWP is going to be playing a bit of a careful. Exactly, he's watching towards Speedway. Now they have information as to where Flusher is set up. And now it comes down to the 2 defenders here on this A site. Taco still crouching with that Mag 7. Not the best weapon to have if it turns into a long-range fight. And FNX on that box again, looking over short. He's got eyes on Library, waiting for Flusher to try and go for that flank. And now Cold is finally starting to push down Banana to get that information, but it might be too late. Fnatic, they're ready to pounce onto this A site. This is their moment. Flusher opens it up, takes out FNX, and Taco, well, he just has to wait for the cavalry to arrive. He needs his teammates, but he might get caught in the meantime. Olafmeister's closing in.
3 versus 4 right now. This is looking great for Fnatic. JW taking that kill as well. Fallen and Cold Zero. It is a 2-on-4 right now, but can they possibly retake this? It seems almost impossible. They're going to try and take their time. Fallen goes down, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Fnatic, your Intel Extreme Masters Season 10 winners.
Two of them heartbreaking for Luminosity. We said this one would bring the hype back to the building. And my God, did it ever. But unfortunately, Luminosity, similar to Overpass, they do everything right. And yet Fnatic always find a way. 6th straight tournament for this Fnatic team. You have to consider this perhaps the best CSGO team, if not the best CS team in franchise history at this point in time. And full credit where credit is due to Luminosity, giving them one of the best tests they've had during that run. Na'Vi also comes to mind, but Luminosity consistently. "10 years of history. IEM champions back-to-back in Katowice. It's Fnatic one more time." And Olaf, what a game from him as well. Another incredible performance. JW on this map, we said this was his playground. A run boost in a grand final, tries it twice. That trophy's not light, by the way, so these guys aren't just carrying in-game. Has to be said, I'm fully impressed, guys. As we mentioned, now 6 straight tournaments, and this game, again, was as well, at times we would like 2 overtime victories, but again, the experience is phenomenal.
And make no mistake about it, in all of those 6 tournaments, this is the best performance from Fnatic. Not maybe by far, but I think that, you know, it's when you look at the score, you will say, oh, it was a 3-0, easy final for Fnatic, Cash, you know, as well. It was an easy score all in all. But they were so on point today, like all 5 players individually, because obviously that is what it takes to make these comebacks.
There is no other team on the planet that can come back time and time again from these huge deficits. These guys are never out of it. They seem to be finding some sort of form, even when they're 12-3 down, 13-2 down. They're coming back every single time. They've done it twice in the grand final, and what an amazing performance from them.
To go 12-3 down twice and then to proceed to overcome it and pick up the win, that 3-0 definitely doesn't tell the whole story. You're right, Yenko. And I think just seeing how hard Fnatic worked for that one just puts strikes fear into not only us, but also into their opponents in eyes and in light of that major approaching.
It's something about this stage and this team. They can achieve something unbelievable. The comebacks, the adversity they faced, the team who's consistently been picking maps up against them, pushing them to their limits. Fnatic smashed them down, and they did it in some goddamn style. These guys deserve every second on that stage, and you've got to love watching them in this atmosphere at that level of play. And
we say it time and time again, even when you beat Fnatic, you don't beat Fnatic. They find their way back into these games. But I do want to focus on one thing. LG, aggressive defensive style, seem to pay off. Perhaps something other teams can start to look at against Fnatic?
I think absolutely. Like, it was a nice hybrid of styles. It wasn't like they were going aggressive every single time, but they're keeping it dynamic enough to keep Fnatic guessing. A lot of teams will gift Fnatic the apartment areas and the banana especially as well. And this time they were just fearless. They knew we can't allow them to have full control of the map. If they start pushing us back to the bomb sites and dissecting us from multiple angles, that's when Fnatic get on their absolute best, right? They come into you, multiple frags, refragging together. But this time, Luminosity getting in there, just being aggressive, taking the game towards Fnatic. That's why they got so many rounds on the board in that first half there. It looked like Fnatic had to really work just to get that 3.
And also early on, what was important, that they get some momentum right after that Cash game, and it did with some heroics from FNX as well, with that triple kill in pit and so on, and it looked really good for them. And I was hoping they would not, you know, get complacent, because they needed every single round against Fnatic. And then they make a blunder in the second half. Pistol, they lose a 2v1 to Flasha with some, you know, questionable positioning as well. Yeah, then it goes downhill for them.
Wow, and we'll come back to talk about that. But first and foremost, we do have to go down to the stage. We will award the presentation, the award ceremony. I don't know where I was going with that, but guys, this has been some incredible counter-strikes. There's 2 teams that are very deserving of this stage, and they await right now. So guys, it's been a good weekend, and we'll continue to talk over this because we can add so much to it. The awards are going to be given out first and foremost. The Intel Vice President Gregory Bryant will hand out the silver place medals to Luminosity, and I guess at this juncture we'll focus on their tournament because it's been quite impressive. Again, another run from the Brazilian side.
I mean, it's another final performance, right? But I have to say I'm kind of disappointed in their T-side play on Overpass and Inferno, in a sense that they were playing too passively at times. I would have expected them, when things started going south, basically, when they were losing consecutive rounds, when they were struggling to get some map control even, just try and then go as a unit and maybe try to overwhelm wherever Fnatic is being aggressive. We saw it happen on Inferno when they were actually ecoing, only had a couple of pistols, going aggressively towards Banana and managed to get kills on both Prims and Olaf, get entry to the side. It was one of the 2 rounds they won in the whole T-half.
Well, of course, they did have a good tournament, but the team that prevails once again, Fnatic, your Intel Extreme Masters World Championship. And it's going to be right here in Katowice. They win again. The president of Katowice, Marcin Krupa, giving out the medals. And guys, we can't say enough about this team.
I mean, they've just done it again, haven't they? Every single time people start to think, right, they have to lose at some point, right? Fnatic have to lose. They've gone and done it 6 events back-to-back since that roster change, and Fnatic just seem to be getting better and better. A fine wine of the CS community.
God-tier individual players throughout this lineup, every single one having moments throughout this tournament from groups to finals. Some things that we'll probably never forget in CS history already being shown in this one very tournament by the boys on stage, receiving a very deserving prize.
And we'll hear from them right now. The emotions must be high. An incredible performance. Chobra, please walk us through it.
Thank you very much. I'm standing here next to your champions of Season 10 and the Intel Extreme Masters. An honor to talk to you again, Olaf, now as the champions of this weekend. And even though you guys are undeniably the #1 team, you've won so many tournaments back-to-back, this has to be another special feeling for you guys.
Yeah, this is one of the tournaments you really want to win each year. This is like the top 3 event of the year. So, of course, we're really happy. And I don't know what to say. This is amazing.
I mean, is there anything you want to say to the crowd? They were going wild for every place you guys had, for all the great Counter-Strike that happened today. Anything you want to share with the fans here and, of course, at home?
I just want to say thank you for being so awesome. I just want to say this is the best crowd in esports for sure. It's not even a discussion.
Well said, Olaf. Well, once again, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, your Season 10 Intel Extreme Masters World Champion, Fnatic!
And we've said it leading into this, if they picked up their 6th straight victory as a team, they had to be considered the best CS team of all time. I think that goes without saying. We thought when they lost Pronax, there might be a honeymoon, but it would fade. It hasn't, and now we're leading into another major where they're still the top dog.
Absolutely. It's impressive to think, going 6 titles in a row, going towards that major. That's for the $1 million on the line, and these guys seem to be getting better and better. Can they continue this form? I think it's going to be pretty hard to actually challenge them at the top. It seems like all signs are pointing in one direction. Every tournament they're coming in the group stages, looking a bit shaky, and then it comes to when it really counts in the elimination process, and they just go lights out. It's not dropping anything at all here. It's looking so strong, and a 3-0 in the grand final against what we consider now to be potentially the top 3 team in the world. It seems like people can't even take a map off them in these big game situations.
I was pretty confident at the beginning of the tournament that Fnatic will either lose here or at the major a month from now, but I have to say, if they continue with this type of performance as they show in the grand finals, at the playoffs there as well, I don't think there's a team who will be able to stop them a month from now.
That's the hard thing, and this is what we talk about, that they build into these tournaments. And you'd think by now someone would have a formula against Fnatic. And again, we saw some aggression here from Luminosity, but it's their ability to adapt and get these trades and use this timing to their advantage.
I'm so glad you used that word trade, because it just felt like no matter what map, no matter where you put them, yes, you know, we talk about this deep map pool. Part and parcel of that is because they're a team that has no problems whatsoever in finding trades in the most dire circumstances. This buddy system that Fnatic seem to have, there was instances all over, just Inferno alone, where every single time it was played safe, there was a flash present. Every single time it just feels like they've got this synergy that is unmatched currently in competitive CS.
Well, just to highlight that point, let's throw our minds back to that moment where it was Dennis and JW left on the side. They had to hold it together on Inferno. JW expended his flash, and then Dennis, you know, gets put into the perfect position to make the most of it. It completely blinds him. There's your 3K, and all of a sudden it's that perfect synergy coming through by these players, and that's something that you can't just work on in maybe a month. It takes a lot of time to be able to build that sort of rapport back and forth between teammates, and they certainly have it. And that team is absolutely formidable at the moment.
They showed a lot of respect to LG as well. We need to take that into account. Seeing Fnatic at that form, that kind of flick a switch and we have to be the best we can be, they definitely gave them all of the respect that they duly deserved, and a very, very good sign of things to come for Brazil.
Absolutely. Yeah, when you get a team like Fnatic that we often talk about plays with that fast, no respect style, they definitely looked hesitant early on in a lot of these situations. And again, we got to give credit where credit is due to Luminosity. It's been an amazing year. This was their debut last year at this major.
Let's remember, they actually won the group as well. They're looking like they're actually the top of Fnatic in the group. It's looking like, wow, this could be their tournament. Finally, they can take them down. They get to the grand final here. And it was an amazing final. Obviously, the cash was a little bit quiet, but we had 2 overtimes there. That's quite a rare feat in a grand final. Weren't able to close them out, but these guys definitely contending for the top team in the world right now. It's going to take a little bit more time, I think, but I think their title is coming.
I have to agree. I think it's only a matter of time, and it looks really good for them going into MLG, the $1 million major that is coming up at the end of March. The other questions, though, there is other questions from this tournament. We do kind of have to look at some of them. Astralis yesterday still not getting over that semifinal hurdle. Envious looks absolutely in tatters right now, and I think those guys going into this tournament both have some work to do.
Well, Envious, they're obviously considered maybe number 2 in the world right now, and they've dropped out of Barcelona, 5th place. They've dropped out in the groups here, and obviously they lost to teams like EFrag, but I think that's a little bit of an anomaly. I don't think we can read too much into that one. Obviously, hello.
We've got some paper airplane.
That's pretty well made, to be fair.
That was so accurate.
From what we heard from the social media and stuff like that, it seems like they're underprepared for some reason. I don't really understand why you'd be underprepared going into a tournament like this.
Well,
the
they
biggest
were in a villa for 2 weeks.
Well, this is the thing.
Right? Where's the under preparation?
I saw an interview with MBK, and actually he said, "Well, we did boot camp. Yes, we took time to boot camp, and every single game we played, we felt like we got worse. I can't get my head around that. So you just decide to stop?
Always good before a tournament.
To be getting worse with every game.
Yes.
And it did carry on. I mean, you talk about that Cluj, you win a major, and then it has just been results looking worse and worse as time has gone on since then.
Well, the thing about that team as well, don't ever count them out. They've got an amazing talent pool going forward. They've obviously just picked up Maniac as well, a great tactical mind of Counter-Strike. I think they need a little bit more time. Obviously, MBK's only been calling for about 3 tournaments so far. Hasn't been the best results, but these things do take time. I still think they have a lot of work to do. A month till the major. I think they'll make a few changes, some adjustments. I have to kind of maybe do some research and look back at the demos and see what happened. But I don't discount them. They're still the current major champions, right? So you can't really ever just write them off at it.
I think they need to figure out if they want to be a major champions again or not.
I agree.
Those excuses like we weren't prepared enough, we were there, but we're playing other games as well. I mean, what excuses are those?
Like, it's your full-time job, right?
Do you want to win or not? So they need to see with themselves, are they going to find that motivation to compete again, or are they going to just become casuals?
They are consistently their own biggest enemy every single time, whether it's the attitudes, whether it's the work ethic among the team. They always seem to have these kind of internal issues that then kind of spill over into their game style, and it does cost them so many games that you just think, how can that happen with your caliber of player, be it the personalities clashing on occasion? You saw the moment with the AWP, let's call it, where it gets put into the hands of someone that maybe you didn't expect, and it kind of, you see it kind of forming those cracks that come through, and it does become a prominent issue. But these can be fixed. These aren't issues that are just kind of core integral problems with the players. They can overcome them. They are championship level teams, so in theory they can be a contender again, but this is a very poor sign for them.
Absolutely a poor sign. I mean, it seems like there's some arguments going on within the team as well, some egos that are battling with each other, roles that aren't defined, and again, they have to find that form. Shifting away from teams a little bit here, let's talk about this event overall. This crowd embracing Luminosity as they did. I think that speaks to how much they've captured the hearts of people around the world, but how much they, this has to be one of the best crowds in all of esports.
I guess they figured out after yesterday's Navi Luminosity game that it's worth it to stay a while in the arena, watch some good Counter-Strike.
Do you know what else we learned? That there's too many syllables in Luminosity, because those chants
didn't really work.
Luminosity.
It was good though. It was good to hear.
So great. And you know what else was great was that as Fnatic get that winning moment, the crowd still erupts, still a roar from the Spodek, and that's just, honestly, you heard it from Olaf, the best audience, hands down, for CS.
They chanted his name as well, because considering let's say the reception that Fnatic have had at previous very large events, when they've always been touted as the bad guys, course the audience will kind of buy into it and have a little bit of fun with it, but it's been a very rare occurrence. You see an audience so accepting and supportive of the best players here and the winner.
I have to say, just from a casting point of view as well, I've never felt so much electricity in one room. It's so cool to be in there with the crowd, have them behind you, and every massive moment you can feel the bass of everyone chanting.
This thing shakes. You guys can't feel it or see it perhaps, but this whole thing we're standing on shakes when the crowd roars.
Yeah, for me, this has been the best event to casting so far. It's been so cool.
Yeah, it's been an honor to be here. I have to say, it's been a lot of fun hosting this desk with all of you guys. You guys have been excellent throughout the weekend.
Good job,
Back to your point as well about just the chanting for Fnatic. That goes with right on the onset of the show when Carmack introduced it. He said back in the StarCraft days, TLO, he knocks out the home favorite and everyone still chants for him. So it just goes to show that the passion is real in this arena. It's been incredible the entire week from IEM Katowice. So we have our champion for 2016. It is Fnatic. And although we lost OJ for a little bit of time, I actually just got off the phone with his lawyer. And apparently if the knife was rusted, he can't be busted, so he's back.
I am indeed. In fact, you lost me. That's because I was watching that unbelievable final from down here on the floor. And if you thought it was shaking up there, it was shaking down here. What an amazing 4 days it has been from where we started. To see Fnatic win again, especially when they came back so much, was unbelievable. I was just chatting to a couple of fans right then, and even though they said, we'd have loved to have seen Luminosity doing it, we were cheering for the underdog. It is so impressive to see a team like Luminosity do that again. So then, as I'm stood down here in the remnants of the confetti that has fallen all around us, there's still people here getting themselves some things signed from Fnatic, the champions of the Intel Extreme Masters. It's been great. Matt, it's been great working with you and Choba and everyone else as well. And if you missed anything that's happened over the 4 days, this is what you've missed. Thank you very much. Goodbye from Katowice.
It's all I need, gonna own it. Running to the top now, I won't stop.